Hey, hello there, welcome back to Obi Will Update today. As we have right now, flash flooding on the line. We have a couple of slight risks right now. Nothing really across the tropics right now. Guys, we're gonna be breaking into this anyways. Right now WPC is actually on the website. As I'm recording this right now, it's actually not working very well. And right now none of the graphics are pretty in a reasonable amount of time. Anyways, right now, looking at tropics, there is absolutely nothing to look at. Surrey, though, looking across near Japan, looking at pretty beautiful extratropical cyclones expected to reach a pressure peak of around 940 millibars again. However, they're looking at the watches and warnings map. You can definitely see Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, and then also for Nebraska. And also for Oklahoma and Kansas, Vermont, Maine is under a red flag warning. And wind advisories for California, Utah, and then also Arizona, Missouri, and then also Kansas and Oklahoma. We'll be seeing some strong winds as pressure gradient's pretty tight. As so right now with a pressure of around 994 millibars, we'll be seeing how it goes. Anyways, looking at the outlook right now tonight, we have marginal over South Dakota, slight risk across from Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas as well. Marginal going up all the way to Wisconsin, we have a marginal across Texas all the way to Indiana. So it's going to be rather interesting to see what goes down, especially for tomorrow. The rapid refreshes, RAP's solution is rather interesting. Actually shows something maybe significant, but yeah. Anyways, though, let me move on. We'll be moving. Definitely be seeing day 4. Through weight, we definitely see predictability is pretty low. And looking at the hail outlook, actually across South Dakota, we have a 5% hail risk. As right now, looking at tornadoes and wind are not likely to be present. Looking into tomorrow. Tonight, I mean, and some isolated thunderstorms are expected. This does not mean a couple of these could be strong to severe, of course. But again, these can be isolated overnight. Instability with pretty strong shear as well. So looking at tomorrow, though, we have 5% tornado, 15% wind, 15% significant wind. Right now, we have across Kansas, Texas, and Oklahoma is under a slight risk. Which is going to continue. We have a significant chance of seeing hail, and of course, it's going to be rather interesting to see what goes down in the first place, since models have been pretty much uptrending recently. So RAP's solution is actually showing potentially something across the Oklahoma border, and then we could definitely see Texas, Indiana. There is a 5% probabilistic chance of severe weather within 25 miles of a given point. Nothing significant right now. However, though, you can't rule out a couple supercells maybe. We're looking at the radar for the next several days. We're seeing large heavy bands stretching from Texas all the way to Indiana. We could be seeing several inches as well, between 2 and 5 inches. With more in the yellows, indicating where could be seeing the most heaviest rainfalls. And right now we'll be moving on to day 2 outlook. For excessive rainfall, you can definitely see Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas under a marginal risk of flash flooding. And again, it's gonna be the day 1, day 2. It's gonna be. Could be even worse. It's gonna be something to look for going into the next couple days. However, though, moving into day 3, we're seeing a slight risk across from Texas to Ohio, and a marginal from Texas to Ohio and Kentucky. Again, tornado drown. Severe weather is one of turns severe weather flash flooding is one of the leading killers across the U.S. Don't get yourself in that situation. So Yeah, it could be rather interesting to see what goes in the first place. Anyways, I'm gonna get to the CBC outlook, and we could definitely be seeing way above average temperatures are expected across Texas, Kansas, and much greater part of the continental U.S. We're gonna be seeing above average temperatures, and this is gonna be a pattern that's gonna be following for the next while. In fact, moving on to the precipitation outlook, and again, much of the country as well is under a below average precipitation is expected. It's gonna be rather interesting. As across the northern plains, Michigan, and Great Lakes region, could be seeing above average precipitation as well. However, though, it's gonna be rather interesting to see what goes down in the first place. But something to keep in mind, it's gonna be warm and dry, it seems. And look at the 8 to 14 day outlook. Actually, it's gonna be the same thing. Above average temperatures across the U.S. except for the West Coast. Above average temperatures. Certainly, a warm pattern is going to be taking place, especially across the Midwest and Southeast, and even across the Northwest. Anyways, let's get into the precipitation outlook. Across the Northeast, across the Upper Plains, Midwest, parts of maybe the Ohio Valley as well, under above average precipitation. Again, across the southern states, and then the West Coast it's expected below average precipitation. That's something to keep that in mind. However, though, that's really it for today's video. Hope you enjoy, and it's gonna be rather on WPC. The Weather Prediction Center is it's rather interesting since it wasn't really working that much. It was showing outdated graphics. We should be going back to that very soon. Apart from that, that's really it, and goodbye.